What's up guys, Rand Razor here with another tech video for you guys today. And today I bring us a quick in-depth review of the Speck Candyshell fit for the Apple Watch. So of course without further ado, let's slice this open, slap it on the watch, and give you guys my quick in-depth review. So the watch comes in your standard Speck packaging here, pops open like so, just slide the bottom piece out. And one of the first and only thing we're introduced with, of course, is the Speck Candyshell fit case itself. Like the candy shells for the iPhone and the iPads, the Speck Candyshell fit for the Apple Watch takes its design cues from the entire Candyshell line with a dual material fused design. It features an inner thermoplastic urethane interior, or TPU for short, as well as an outer polycarbonate layer for extra support and durability. Fused together, it gives the case the best of both worlds in terms of materials, with the hard shell giving it structure and looks, and the TPU material giving the shock absorbing properties in case of a drop or bump. Anyways, let's install this on the Apple Watch and see what it looks like. I'll be demonstrating this on the stainless steel 38mm model with the modern leather buckle. So just take the case here, match button side first, and snap it into place. And it's that simple. So here's what the case looks like on the Apple Watch itself. Black would probably match a little nicer with the leather band models here, but for those of you with the blue sport model, this is definitely a pretty good option for the blue models. Now it does come in other different colors here. Here's a quick printout of some of them. And as you guys can see, it comes in black, magenta, kind of pink, blue, and white. Anyways, let's take a quick overview of the case and what it has to offer. Starting off with the top here, you do have excellent bezel protection where the case does lip 1.5mm above the glass screen to kind of act as a bumper between your watch and the surrounding environment. On the right side of the case here, you do have a large cutout for the dial, and as you guys can see here, I can easily press it. If I press it again, start using the dial, it works flawlessly without any issues. And beside the cutout, we also have the cover for the button with the TPU material. And when you press on it, you do get a nice tactile feedback, so it functions without any issues. Moving on to the top part here, which is the same as the bottom, it is slightly cut out a little bit larger for those of you who have the thicker bands like the silicone model. However, the top portion is mainly covered. On the other side here, we do have cutouts for the microphone, so it's the speakerphone on the Apple Watch. And finally on the back here, the entire back is obviously exposed for the sensors to work. And the last thing I want to show you guys is what it looks like on my wrist here. And as you guys can see, the case does add a bit of bulk to the Apple Watch, approximately 2mm according to Speck. Now, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but on such a small device, it is a little bit noticeable. However, it is a trade-off for obviously having protection for the Apple Watch. Now, keep in mind, I do have the leather band, which is one of the thinnest bands you can get for the Apple Watch, which you guys can obviously tell here. For those of you who have the leather loop or the sports model, especially with the silicone bands, they are thicker and will probably conform or streamline a little nicer with the case on the Apple Watch. Overall guys, the first impressions on the Candyshell fit for the Apple Watch is pretty positive. It works as advertised, provides protection around the watch, and still gives you full access to the touchscreen, speakerphone, microphone, and all the buttons. The question we all want to ask, of course, is a case worth it on an Apple Watch? In the past, when we buy watches, we don't really think about putting protection on watches because, well, it's a watch. It's on your wrist. Unlike an iPhone, you're less likely to drop it. So what's the full purpose of a case? Unlike the iPhone, although the Apple Watch isn't subjected to drops, it is subjected to bumps and bruises where your wrist could accidentally smack a door frame or something along those lines. For me though, I think the biggest benefit is for those of you who use your watches for fitness. Whether you're at the gym or out for a jog, you're more likely to accidentally damage your Apple Watch during those physical activities because you're more active in that particular situation. For example, if you're at the gym, maybe you might accidentally hit something like the handlebar on the treadmill against your watch, or if you're running, maybe you might accidentally fall, and having a case on will obviously protect your device from cracking, scratching, or being damaged. In terms of everyday usage though, I don't think a case is really that necessary. When you wear a watch of any kind, whether it's the Apple Watch or a Timex watch, they're not just designed to tell you the time, but they're also fashionable as well. And with the Apple Watch, you also want to show that off a little bit. However, if you're doing more physical activities, whether it's work or at the gym, having a case on is a pretty good idea as it protects your high-tech device. And the Speck Candyshell fit is a great option for that, as it's lightweight, protects your watch, and gives you full access to all the features and buttons. In terms of any cons or things I don't like about the Candyshell fit, the obvious one is that yes, it does add a bit of bulk to the Apple Watch. Now granted, it is a little bit exaggerated because of the thinner bands on my particular model here, but nonetheless, if you want protection for the Apple Watch, there's got to be something covering it. And one last thing I want to throw at you guys is I do have a screen protector on here. It's from Best Skins Ever, and as you guys can see, the Candyshell fit doesn't affect the screen protector at all, so you can use that as a combo if you want. In conclusion guys, if you're looking for a case for your new Apple Watch, you definitely can't go wrong with the Speck Candyshell fit. It's definitely one of the better design cases out there for the Apple Watch that's protective, gives you full access to the touchscreen, easy to take on and off, and for those of you who have the sport models, would match really nicely with the matching colored bands. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's my quick in-depth review of the new Speck Candyshell fit for the Apple Watch. As always, I'd like to thank Speck for shooting this out for review. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all next video.